Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Data Test. As part of Databricks 101 series, in this video I will be discussing about Databricks Workflows. This is 10th video in the series. If you have not watched my previous videos, please do check them out. Let's get started. What are Databricks Workflows? Let us try to understand it with one real-time example. Let us consider retail sales use case. Imagine that you are working for a retail company that sells products online and in stores. Every night, you need to collect sales from different sources. You have to transform the data, generate related reports and dashboards so that your managers can take a look at it and send alerts if at all sales are dropping below a certain threshold. So, how can we achieve it efficiently? That's where we can bring in Databricks workflows. This can be achieved by writing scripts, maybe in the form of the notebooks. We can have here four different notebooks, one for ingesting the data into our Databricks platform, one more for transforming the data, yet another notebook for generating the reports, and one more which covers the logic of sending alerts to the required stakeholders. So script, this is all is a script. We have to keep it ready. Once the scripts are ready, we can go about creating a workflow, which is nothing but a job. We can navigate to workflow menu and there some UI options will be there, and we can go about adding these different notebooks as different tasks of our entire flow, which needs to get executed one after the other, right? Once you set that up, you can schedule that entire flow so that every night at midnight, the entire flow gets executed. It's going to pull the data, it's going to transform it, and generating the reports and notifying the stakeholders as well. And apart from that, you can constantly monitor across whether the jobs are failing, what is the status, if at all the tasks are failing, how can you retry. All that is possible through the Databricks workflows. In simple, imagine it like every day at the midnight, you, with the help of the Databricks workflows, pulling the data from the different sources, transforming it, generating the reports, and telling your boss about what's going wrong, all automatically while you are sleeping. So that is the easiness or the streamlining thing workflows can bring us in Databricks. Let us get started and try to understand it with one very simple example here. For this demonstration, I have kept my tasks ready. I'm going to use two tasks from the notebooks, and I will be using my previously built Delta Live Table pipeline as one of the tasks. If you're not understanding, please hold on. Maybe once the flow is completed, it should make complete kind of, overall sense to you. Here, I'm naming one notebook as task one. It is doing very simple thing. I'm just checking if there is a certain table and I would like to drop it. Fine. Once I take care of this, I would like to trigger my Delta Live Table pipeline, DLT pipeline, which I have demonstrated in the previous video. After that, as part of the DLT pipeline, we are creating a materialized view. And as task 3, I would like to display the contents of the materialized view. So this is what we have. Let's get started. I'm at workflows menu, and here creating workflow is nothing but creating the job here. So let us say create job. You can give a nice name to it. Here is the name part. Let us call it as my job. Fine. Our job will be made up of multiple tasks, right? Pulling the data, transforming it, generating reports, and all we discussed. So here I'm keeping it simple. I'm creating task one, which is about dropping my table. I will call it as task one. It can be anything. Okay, your job name can be anything, your task name can be anything, but name them appropriately so that you understand yourself better in the future and your teammates as well. Some standards needs to be followed upon. Fine. So what's the kind of the task? The kind of the task is a drop down option here. Your script may be there in the notebook, or it is a simple Python script, or it is a wheel file. It can be your query, right? It can be your DLT pipeline, or it could be your DBT, right? Or it could be other job. Okay, job inside the job. It can be a dashboard. It can be some lightweight programming. All that possibilities are there. In our case, notebook is the task one for us. From where we are getting the notebook? From this Databricks workspace itself. Then it will ask, what's the path of it, right? Let us click on and select upon this task one notebook, confirm it. Let us scroll down and we are going to create this workflows using serverless. Let us keep it untouched. Again, after that, you are saying if at all some libraries we need to add, we have provisions for it, but this is the trial version. I don't get options for. We'll check on the details in our upcoming videos. Fine. I can simply say here create task now, and task is created. And if you want, you can zoom in and check the details. Once I'm dropping the table that is existing, I would like to go about executing my pipeline, DLT pipeline. So I will say add task, but it will ask me what kind of task it is. It's going to be a pipeline. So I say pipeline, DLT pipeline, right? I will call this as task 2. Now type already populated has pipeline, and we should be picking the pipeline that we have created. It's the myPL. Fine, I have chosen and automatically detected from the design that we are doing. Task 2 is depending on the task 1, correct? And then we should proceed to execute it only if the previous ones are successfully executed. At this point also, if you want to notify someone of the different status of the task, you can set it. How many times you would like to retry before giving up, and certain other thresholds like what is the expected duration of the task execution. If it is taking more than that, you may have to time it out. So you can set through the metric thresholds option. Fine. Let us say create task now. With that, as of now, our workflow has two tasks, task 1, task 2. Dropping the existing table, then proceeding to create tables through the DLT pipeline. Let us add one more task, and this is about querying the content from the materialized view, which I will write it in a notebook. So I will take it to be notebook type, and this is my task 3. Fine, type is notebook. Let me select it. It is our task 3. I will just say confirm. Fine. Other options are similar to what I explained earlier. Let us say create task. Well and good. And now certain details are there. Please do observe them when you practice. And let us simply say now run, right? We created the job, that is well and good, but we have to execute it, right? Once the um, job is designed. So this is how our overall job is looking like. Did I execute run now? I think we clicked on it, but let us see. Let's go to runs. Is that happening? Yes. It's the run one, right? Job is created, but we can execute it as many times as we want. Okay, just like maybe when you're trying to prepare one uh, recipe, right? You may be giving multiple trials, okay, depending on the result, the outcome, right? So you can think of this uh, run of the job as one experiment, one trial that you are doing, right? So it's the first trial, first run we gave for our job, and it is showcasing the progress. Here, individual task breakup is there. So task 1 and its related details, it is in running state, serverless is available. Likewise, if you look at task 2, it is in blocked state because it is supposed to get executed after task 1. So it is in blocked state. Likewise, task 3 is also in blocked state. Fine. So now task 1 is done, it is succeeded. And if you look at task 2, it is in running state. All this we are doing manually, right? Run now, manual trigger it is, but we have provisions for scheduling, right? You can say that this entire thing should get executed at so and so time through the schedule option. Fine. So task two is happening, which is execution of the pipeline. But as I believe previously, right, I had tweaked the script of the pipeline. So I think it's going to fail. Let us take a look to show you that if the things are breaking, how to navigate and fix them. I had changed the path exactly, right? Yes, the volume path, right? I had given it wrong, so I am fixing that. Meanwhile, let us see how it is going to comply. Fine. So it says here it is broken, correct? So it's broken. It says failed, and let us try to see the results of that. I will click on this run, and here it says that task two is failed. Task one, if I look at, it says it is done, right? You could see tick mark. The notebook is executed. If this result you want, you can export as HTML and all. But our interest is not task one. Let's go to run details again. Let's click on task two. And here you see the detail. It says it doesn't exist, right? Verify that the volumes are actually existing, right? That error we have. Anyway, I fixed it. So now we can retry, right? Executing the job. But this time you may get questions like, should I be executing the entire flow once again? Need not. Our task one is successfully done. So now we should be executing task two only. That's where we have option of repair run, right? It will ask which one would you like to repair. So this is the one I would like to repair, right? So let us say uh, repair run, right? And is that happening? One second. It took us to the pipeline. One second. Repair run we did. I let us select this. Okay, select already selected. These two are already selected. I believe these parameters we don't have. Okay, they're already selected because they are failed. So let us say repair run. It is listing here the number of tasks that are selected. So repair run, let us say. So these two will get uh, repaired. So it is showing for this the two attempts. Okay. Task three last time, right? I attempted by deselecting this. That's why it is a third attempt for task three this time. And it is taking a bit of a time. Done. It's done. And now task three should get executed. Yes, it started. Task two, if I check through the results, right, it says it's a pipeline, right? And here itself, the entire pipeline is embedded for us, and we can take a look. Let me go back to the run. Task 3 still happening, which is about displaying the contents of the materialized view. If you want, so depending on the tasks that we put across, right, this place gets occupied. I don't see provisions of, moving across this thing like in ADF. Taking quite longer than expected. Let's see what's happening here. It's still working upon that, right? It is our script. Yes, we finally got it. Fine. So this way you got a quick idea upon what are Databricks workflows and how can you create a simple workflow and how can you trigger it manually and troubleshoot if at all some errors are happening. Okay, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.